Hello, today is March the 22nd, 2021, and I'm going to read on the unrest going on in the UK to do with the quote-unquote kill the bill demonstrations that have been met with a great deal of police violence on their behalf that's out of hand. Recently, there was a woman that was killed by a policeman, and it's just that these issues of the UK's own policing system, their own systemic issues. Even though you can say, well, their police don't typically have guns unless they're part of a special unit or something along these lines, but there's still problems. And not just there, but in all parts of the world. There's an issue with heavy-handed, brutal, corrupt leadership. And these are things that the earth is pushing us and the universe to change. We're really being given, this is significant, a time to get it right. You know, to go in the right direction. And if we don't, we're going to have repercussions. Now, we're going to have some repercussions as we get rid of these types like Boris and Trump and tyrants, people that want to be tyrants. It's the ending days for that. And that'll be another reading for another day. But I know that in my heart, that this is a catalytic time to begin to change. People are tired of heavy-handed, corrupt officials. So, let's just take a look. I will be looking later at Myanmar. It used to be Burma. I knew a couple of very nice fellas that used to have a shop near me. And they were really nice, and they were from there. And I remember that they had to leave because it was too out of hand. So I'll get to that another day, because I do think that's important. And I think America needs to learn about places outside of itself. So, today I'm going to focus, like I said, on the UK, on this issue with the kill the bill, how that looks like it's going to go, and how if things will settle, or if people are still going to be having to go out there and let the government know that they are not okay with what is going on, of having their rights to express themselves, because it's the principle of the thing. It's wrong. It's not necessary. It's just trying to heavy-handed deal with people, and America, they do the same thing. So let's take a look and see I ask the universe to help me, to show me what we need to understand about this situation in the UK and how it's going to go. What does the universe wish to share? The Creator wish to share with regard to the unrest in the UK, because they're trying to push a bill through that would limit their ability to peacefully demonstrate. And there's a lot of heavy-handed tactics, just in general going on. So let's talk about that. Now, just for your own understanding, Boris Johnson is Gemini with a Scorpio moon, And his his Mars is in Gemini too. But he's got a pretty. I actually found a really kind of funny link, but this person did do some work on his chart, and the chart, I will put it in the description box, but go ahead and have a look and a read if you want a very humorous and interesting perspective on him with his astrology. So anyhow, let's get on with my reading of him with the tarot here and the UK in general. We have the Six of Cups. Little doggy steps you hear back there is Lily. I'm dog sitting a little bit for a while. And we get the two. I keep wanting to, because I see the two there, my brain starts going two, but it's actually six. The Six of Cups deals with the past, okay? The Six of Cups deals with the past. And here we have the Knight of Swords, and this to me is feeling very much, indeed, like a policing force. Its system. And I think it's going to say that this system needs an update, or to be brought up to speed, shall we say, that it's in need of like I said, updating. It's my feeling. Okay, let's continue on. We get the Princess of Wands. To me, this is a demonstrator and younger person. And I think we're also having an issue here with generational, somewhat a younger generation. Not all, but in the Knight of Wands. That's interesting. We get the Princess and the Knight. This to me, the first thing when I look at this, is these two feel like people who are involved in peaceably demonstrating against this bill that would have a restricting effect on, from what I understand in the most basic way, of people there to demonstrate. And there's something about the street, this kind of thing. But anyway, they're trying to mess with people. It's obvious. And they're coming from events that happened here in the past, and I think that could be to do with the problems that have been going on and the woman that was killed. Let's see, we have the Four of Wands. Yes, this is to do with the greater society, the public. And this is the past, with that Six of Cups. There's, oddly enough, a bit of nostalgia coming in through here with this. This is reminiscent, is why. This is reminiscent, and will be reminiscent of riots, demonstrations, unrest in the past, connected to the police, but also with how police have behaved in the past, okay? With that Six of Cups. How they end up making the general populace feel with that Six of Cups and that Four of Wands. Here's the general populace, here's all those feels with that Six of Cups, and a tendency toward it having been past. You know, not that it's over, but that it's been that way for some time. And there's the Two of Cups falling under the Knight of Swords. This is to me, this is communication. And what I'm seeing is there needs to be better communication between the police and the public. They need to see them on a more personal level and not so much on this, I feel like, kind of a disassociated view when they work, trying not to, I think, become too attached. But I think the problem is you harden too much, you close off. So I'm feeling like the police need to have better, like, not so much unlike in America, they need to have better personal skills. They need to have better one-on-one communication, and people need to be able to express as well with this second row their feelings. And as long as they're doing so peacefully, shouldn't be a problem. The Ten of Pentacles. This is a lot. This is a mass, a number of people. And I think they're looking to, I don't know, maybe these rules are looking to affect the numbers. I'm sure it wouldn't surprise me of gathering in one place. They're trying to make, it looks like to me, demonstrations may be smaller and not so optically bad by looking so large. That's, I think, the thing here. And here's the Queen of Cups. And again, we're dealing with feelings. And location, where people can express themselves. Their right to free speech is right here in that Queen of Cups. This is how she really feels. And with that Knight of Wands, this is the aspect of speaking out publicly. I feel like drawing attention. But I don't see, although I feel like there's a firm, clear, enthusiastic, and energetic, a little assertive, but not out of step. It looks like to me this is the demonstrating that people should be able to do. And over here it looks like they're trying to break down the size of them. Okay? The police and the security in the UK. The Hermit is about, I think, getting also people to stay in or to stay away from public gatherings because of past issues. Again, we're going back to the past. But I think particularly in place because of the pandemic, I know that the UK is expecting yet another wave. And I think this would be its third wave. I did see an announcement. And I'm sure it is part of why police also don't want large gatherings. Because there will be a spread also of this. But they needed to handle this better. Of course they didn't. Ace of Pentacles. So when I go down this way, I see something that looks positive to do with, I think, the police, and I think maybe this is working on making a better relationship with the populace. Okay, when I have that over here, the general public, and making real changes so that rather than that, well, that there is a new start. I think this is a program also that they will put in part, like coffee with a cop, or I don't know, something along those lines, for anybody that wants to do that. May not be a bad thing. They could talk and see, I don't know, therapeutic at the very least. Two of Pentacles. So this is the back and forth. This is the push and pull. This is the backlash energy of that, of them trying to press this through or push this. This is, a lot of people don't like it. It's like, no, 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 you're not doing that. And they will come together and demonstrate in a number. And the police, they need, you know, Johnson needs to get smart with this. Not make these people feel even more likely. That what he's done is made them feel like even more that they have to demonstrate. Not well done. Not well thought out, really. And the Princess of Cups. We got a lot of cups here. And I see to do with women and young women in particularly, how they're treated. And to me, this is the public who are, the women in the public that are trying to demonstrate because they care empathetically for certain aspects of things that are going on. I definitely get that with this princess and this Queen of Cups. This emotionally just riles people, and younger and older, and in particularly women, but there are men here as well, and I feel like there are men that agree with trying to protect the women, or women in the demonstrating area, or those who would. I feel like this male is actually, that he's not like attacking, but he's trying to protect them from this force over here that has a long past of dealing with the public in a way that makes people not trust them. With this Hermit, people have not, in the past, there's been a long, like I said, people would rather keep to themselves than particularly reach out to a police officer and you know, in these cases. So it looks like we're dealing with the public there also need very similarly to have, and the police need to not just put up a video here or there of a cop that's a decent cop doing something good. That of course helps, but it's also very much seen for what it is. They need to actually go down to the brass tacks and create a beat again, create where people have a relationship and get to know that cop and their family and see them as a human and so on and so forth. And that this police person would also see their public, that this is their neighborhood that they look after, whatever. I really do feel like there's something along these lines that's just coming to me now. I feel like is going to come more back in place, also looking at in the UK. Now, to tell you the truth, I have no idea if this is even going to ever, you know, look in the way it's spoken of sometimes here, but I feel like it's a similar problem at its core. And so I feel like it will be destined to be changed. Right now it's kind of like a deep buried splinter that needs to push up through the skin, and it needs a bit of pressure, which is certainly happening. to come up and come out and to reset things properly. So I do feel like if that continues on in the future, there's still a bit of a struggle, though. I do think that this law will go through, actually, here. With the Hermit, the Ace of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, we get the Ace, no less, 1 and 2 here, and the Princess of Cups. It looks to me like there is some sort of, you have to do this in a more remote way. The Two of Cups are extremes. I'm sorry, Two of Pentacles here are extremes. You're also getting, because they're trying to say, okay, they're trying to say that they're trying to protect people, but the thing is, they're just trying to make them have to stay out of the public eye. And this is going to go back and forth, this issue. It's hotly contested because people are very emotionally involved in that right. And to lose that right is just like, it will not stand with the people, is what I get. So there's a I see in the future, on the horizon, this still being an issue, but they're looking at most definitely realizing that they too have got to create a better relation between the police and the public, and especially with connection to women, young women, and older women, more middle-aged, I suppose, that are out there participating in these things. Hi, Lily. She came in. And here we have the traditional structure, the rules, the rule book, and those that hand out these rules. But I see that there are also officials that will brainstorm against this bill. This is a brainstorming going on. And there's a radical change where I believe different possibilities are. There's an end to this confusion. An offer is made or put forth that I think will be successful in countering it. So I feel like there'll be people working on solutions, and I see solutions, there will be solutions that are, I think, successfully brought up and offered and implemented in the long run. But we have a while yet, and we have some more instability in England and elsewhere to go through, but you will end up becoming, I feel like there is reform, that there is some sort of new, but also a completion where how things were in the past, that's done, You know what I'm saying? And then we're shifting into something new that will work. Because, as I said, I feel like this is possibly the reform of getting the public and the police to have a better, and that's really down to the government to pay officers and patrol to go walk the beat, so that that's what should be happening everywhere. That's really important for people to see each other as humans, and you'll have a better relationship with most people. It's okay, Lily. And so we see the Five of Swords with the King of Swords. That's you know who. That's Boris Johnson, because he is Gemini. And he looks like he's going to have more fights on his hands, more disruption, more having to argue more, and people, I think, also resisting these things he's trying to implement. They don't like them. There's a great deal of dissension, yet this is trying to, again, to bring balance over any kind of source that's trying to become dominant and having too much power. In this case, there needs to be balanced power in policing. And so here I think this will happen eventually. But it's going to be a hot minute, because they need to, there's a problem here in people being able to feel like they can trust the police and vice versa. I think there's a serious issue of trust for most people. They feel like they're being forced with that Eight of Swords, that they're not given much of a freedom, in a way, to do as they would really see fit. There's a lack between the populace and those in power coming and talking and becoming, familiar with each other. There's just rules being thrown at them. People don't appreciate it. And all it does is make people feel like they're trying to have their basic rights that they had taken away, and they're not going to forget it. And they shouldn't. They feel like their right to express themselves and go certain places in order to demonstrate or to express themselves is being silenced, being, what's the word, just pushed into a corner, that they can't go out and express themselves the way they want. I see the Princess of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. There's a lot of emotions around this. And I feel like there's going to be more grassroots efforts with that Princess of Cups to counter this heavy-handedness. Three of Cups and Ten of Cups. And I believe that eventually, the public will have a better relationship with, especially like police and civils, people there that serve the public, and with the government. I think, but I think that's a ways ahead, and probably going to be once Johnson is out of office. I can't see him doing this. But again, it looks like we're getting a period of time where people, they too have been kind of under that tyranny of feeling anxious, feeling trouble to sleep. They're worried. And I think there's something very similar happening over there. I mean, with the likes of Boris Johnson, because he is very connected to Putin. And his tactics are very Trumpy-like. But I think that they are going to have an implementation of that law, and I think people will be remaining dissenting against it, and for some time into the future, until it can be changed, I think, with new leadership. So there is my reading on the UK and the Kill Bill demonstrations and unrest going on. And I send all there my best wishes and my prayers that you get rid of Boris soon and get things back right. All right, I'll see you in the next video.